As you can see today, we're in the office, and I look a little disheveled. Well, let me tell you, Fimi does not disappoint. It keeps you going. Okay, it's gone through a bunch of updates, and a bunch of things have happened to it. We're going to talk about it. Give me your opinions. Let's get into it. I'm sure you've heard it before. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Well, there's been a lot of updates. So the latest ones are camera update 2013E, which came out about a week ago. The app update 1.0.10 came out about a week ago. This is Android. Okay, and then today the flight controller update 1018C, which, as you saw in the screenshot before, was supposed to tune in the gimbal stabilization. Well, it didn't, and when we get into this, you'll see. Okay, so what happened? Well, on the screen is before the flight this morning. It's about 4 degrees out, and if you watched my previous video on Jello, you'll understand what I'm getting into here. Okay, so 1.0.10 came out about a week ago. For Android, and when I start rolling this clip, you'll see the orientation diagram in the bottom left corner. It shakes. In iOS, it doesn't. Fimi knows about this. They told me they're going to fix it. Okay. Did it do anything else? Well, I don't know. It did add a zoom feature on the main screen. You have to use your finger and you move it up and down. But did it do anything else to the craft? Well, with the camera update 2013E, the latest one, it darkened things up considerably. And somebody did advise me to try to lower the contrast. The default is number 5, to lower the contrast to about 3 or 2, and it might take that edginess off of the video. Well, as you'll notice when I run this, and I did take some video, I'll try to insert video to make it a little clearer, because in my experiences with Android, the video transmission back to the device is not that great. They say it's 1080p, but it's not that great. In the iOS versions that I've seen online, it's pretty good. But for me, no, it's not that great. And I use the same phone for all my drones, and by far, the Fimi transmission is the worst. Okay. So today there was another update, 1018C for the flight controller, and it was for the gimbal stabilization. So I've had conversations with Fimi stating that the Fimi X8 Mini suffers from the same things that the other X8 series does. The camera gimbal shakes in cold weather. Anything under 10 degrees Celsius, you get Jello. Sorry, Fimi, it's a fact. It does. Okay? So if this continues, and I try, in this video you will see, I try to adjust the gain accordingly, it does help ever so slightly to a certain point, but it does not reduce or get rid of all of the shake. Okay? So try again, Fimi. Okay? So of all these updates, what works and what doesn't? Okay? When I had 1016E flight controller and 2011A camera and app version 1.0.9, I had no problems with the craft. Yes, it was a little bright, and I had to adjust things. I had to lower the exposure value and all this kind of stuff, but it was quite good. And the HDR worked well. I got some good shots, and it was great. Okay? As soon as I updated to camera 2013E, before I updated the app, before I did anything else, things started to go wrong. I don't know what happened, but things just weren't ever the same. And I went back. I downgraded. I went back to 20. I actually went back to 2009C on the camera, and I went back to 1006N in the flight controller, and then came back up and did everything back and forth. And then I loaded the new app 1.0.10, and I tried everything. And for some reason, flight characteristics of the craft changed as soon as I activated the camera firmware 2013E. And now, regardless where I am in the spectrum of updates, it does the same thing. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about low altitude flying, under 5 meters, under 4 meters. Okay, so you're returning to home and it's above you and you cancel the return to home and you don't want to land it on your landing pad. You want to bring it down to 3 meters or whatever, and you want to look around, you just want to do something, or you want to hand catch it. Well, as soon as you get below that 5 meters, you let off the stick, it's going to land. You have to manipulate it to go back up again. And then suddenly it will rise and it will fall and it will rise and it will drift. Now, Fimi has said, yes, the craft is susceptible to drifting below 4 meters. To me, that's a problem. If you're hovering and below 4 meters, it has a susceptibility to drift. I thought it was maybe the sensors were bad. Maybe I hadn't cleaned them. I cleaned them and I cleaned the lenses and I did the gimbal calibrations, the compass calibrations. Everything was recalibrated. IMU, you name it. Nope, nothing changed. Something changed when I installed camera firmware 2013E. Don't know. But even now, when I go back to 2011A and flight controller 1016E, I get the same thing. So something happened. I don't know. Don't know what. Maybe it's just the nature of the beast. One fact for sure, if it's below 10 degrees Celsius, you're going to get jello. So this is the flight this morning, and it's got the newest firmware in it. It's got the newest app. Watch that jiggly orientation diagram and watch everything I do to try and compensate for jello. I don't know. And all I can say is, Fimi, you tried, but there's still some work to do. So let's continue this now and tell me what you think. So we're just going to take it up. We're at 1080p 30. Everything is fine. So let's take it out and have a look at our winter wonderland. There's a surprise this morning. So it's going up to its 4 meters. And I've calculated everything and I've done all the calibrations and I've done just about everything. But it looks really nice so far. So let's go forward and take it up. Nice blue sky. Look at that, eh? Isn't that beautiful? We're up to about there. We're going to go up to about 40 meters. And have a look down. And we lose the sky as we go down a bit. Here we go. And it's beautiful. So, let's go around. Okay, let's start the video. We'll go around. Look at this winter wonderland. What I want to do is go out to the lake there and just have a look at this maybe they did fix the gimbal chatter. But it's not freezing cold, but it's about 6 degrees, 7 degrees, and it's warming up pretty good, so let's go out there. And just for a test, let's see if we do actually, when we get over 5 or 6 degrees, get that Jello effect. Well, maybe they have fixed the gain on it a little bit. Anyway, things to talk about. Yeah, the Fimi X8 Mini, I'll slow it down a bit. The Fimi X8 Mini, decent little drone for the money, I guess, now, because with all the shipping restraints, people can't get their supplies. But the pricing now, like $319 for the standard version, that's not a bad price. And if this video comes out good, then we're in pretty good shape. But they still have some few things that I've noticed, like when I come back down to land, it kind of drifts back and forth a little bit, and it also willy-nilly goes up and down, ascends and descends. So we'll try and get that fixed. But yeah, this is full auto, 1080p, nothing different. We had a nice little snowfall. Another thing to talk about is the black box files. Well, every 20 flights or so, I would download your black box files if you want to be, overcautious or whatever you want to call it. But because it only has a certain amount of room in the folder, and when it decides to overwrite, it doesn't overwrite, it erases everything and starts again. So you may keep it and all of a sudden something goes wrong, but then suddenly there's not enough space and it will erase everything. So be cautious of that. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. As you notice in the bottom left corner, that orientation diagram, yeah, well, that's a problem in Android, I believe, because iOS doesn't have that problem. So now I have no idea where I am. Well, there's the pit there, because the orientation diagram doesn't do anything. Well, I guess it does a little bit if I can really look at it there. If I should be facing the drone now, yeah, it just jiggles a lot, that's all. I want it to be over here. Yeah, there's a Jello effect. Yeah, so I just guess it didn't change that. It's because of the colder weather, so we'll see. Go around to the lake and look and go out and come back and see if the Jello effect is there. Yeah, there's the Jello effect. Not much you can do about it. I hear it above. So if I keep it down around 3 or 4 meters per second, it's not too bad. Let's go up to the lake there. Okay. So if I keep it around the 3 or 4 meters per second mark, no, there's some Jello there too, even the low. Yeah. So cold weather, we do have a problem. I'm trying to get that 73%. Or maybe I'll do it on the next one. Let's stop it there and we'll turn it around. Some beautiful trees. Turn around a little quicker. There we go. Let's come forward. See if we get any Jello at about 3. Yep, look at that. If I slow it down even more. 1. Yeah, 1 meter per second. So we can get some pretty good stuff at 1 meter per second. I think currently I would have to adjust, well, let's adjust that gain. We've got some battery time here. In here, we go advanced settings, gimbal gain 100%. Let's bring it down to 50, like I did last time. Let's see what happens now. We'll go forward. That's better, doesn't it? See if we can go a little bit faster. No. A little bit. Let's bring it down a little bit more. And we'll just bring it down to 40. What did we hear there? Don't know. Somehow it stopped the video. Probably because it's full. Let's try it again. There we go. I think 50 seems to be the sweet spot. Yeah. Back up to 50. Back up to 50. We'll go forward. No, it's waving there. Okay, can we bring it down more? Let's try that. Let's bring it down to 25, 26. No, not even close. Advanced settings. $25. No, turn around. Okay, let's bring it down to back up to 50. And then we'll come home. No. No, doesn't want to do it. Okay. Come back to 100. And you can see the Jello there already. So let's bring it home. And we'll add some content to this as well. What do I do? We can get some good shots. I guess photography would be good. Look at that Jello. It's cold weather. That's all it is. An Android for the shake. Comes back at 9, but it shakes like crazy. And as it slows down, there you go. Right about 1. Well, it's still shaking. Let's stop it partially down there. Okay, let's stop that video. I'm going to turn over here and take a picture. And turn around a bit and take a picture. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Okay, let's just bring it home. Let's see what happens when it comes down. I want to keep that video going in the screenshot. It's coming down pretty close. I'll take a shot of the truck with all the snow on it, if we can stop it from jiggling. Stop there. See it jiggles? Don't know why. Maybe bring it down a bit more. And now we're at 4.5. Now it's wandering. A bit more. Okay. And if I up that, whoa, I didn't touch it. Gotta be quick. Why is it there? Where's the gimbal there? Advanced. %. Up. Camera up. Okay, let's go back to 100. I don't know, it's kind of strange. Okay. Let's just bring it down. Let go and it keeps on coming down. Okay, stop, buddy. There you go. As I said, it's kind of strange. Some strange things happen since the advent of that new camera software. Weird flight characteristics in low altitude. It's just been weird. But I could prove one thing. The Fimi X8 Mini is going to be useless in cold weather. Useless. It kind of says it all, doesn't it? I think I'll be going back to Flight Controller 1016E, the camera 2011A, and the app 1.0.9. Take my chances. And I know I'm going to have to manipulate the video a little, but even with the new camera 2013E, I'm going to have to manipulate it by contrast or exposure values, etc. So for the next little while, I guess the Fimi's on the shelf. And we have a long, hard winter ahead of us. See you in the next one.